Welcome back to this 8-video training series where we show you how to start and scale a short form content agency. Now in the last video, we went ahead and covered exactly where to find leads. Well, in this video, we're going to go ahead and cover exactly how to outreach to these leads, including the first message all the way till the 4th and 5th follow-up. I'll also go ahead and link below this video the exact outreach script that you should follow to send out minimum 100 outreaches per day. So please subscribe to this channel as well as check out the other videos in this training series. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the training. All right, guys, so welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to go ahead and cover exactly how to send out a minimum of 100 DMs a day. Now, in the last video, what we shared with you guys is how to go ahead and find leads at scale. We went ahead and showed you 3 different methods of finding leads. And then I also shared with you guys the lead organizer, which is what you are going to be using to organize these leads. That way you can see where each prospect is within the outreach journey. So now that you have, a list, or at least that you know how to actually find leads, I'm gonna share with you guys the best way of actually reaching out to them. We're gonna be using DMs. Now, this is specifically for short form content, but really this outreach is really for any type of agency, not necessarily short form content. So the objective of this video is to go over exactly how you will send out minimum of 100 DMs a day. Now, what we're going to cover in this video, there's 4 things that we're mainly going to cover in this video. The first one is going to be the challenges that you're going to face with sending 100 DMs a day, right? And we'll go ahead and share exactly what those challenges are, as well as how to overcome these challenges. The next thing is we're going to go ahead and go over the script. I'm going to show you guys. Again, make sure you stick to the end because I'm going to show you guys exactly the types of messages that you can send. Obviously, you can tweak these however you would like. But as you can see here, I'm going to share with you guys the different messages that you should send when you're first reaching out to them, as well as when you are following up with them. All right. And then lastly, the last thing we're going to go and talk about is once a prospect is interested, what is the next thing you do? In this case, what is the message that you send them? Because the following video, we're going to talk about onboarding clients. But in this video in particular, we're going to really be talking about the outreach process and everything that you need to know. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing is the challenges that you're going to face. So Instagram, whether you're using Instagram or Facebook, I recommend using Instagram. Instagram has a daily limit as to how many messages you can send a day. So Instagram is a platform that wants its users to have the best user experience. That said, they limit how many DMs could be sent per day, depending on many factors such as how old the account is and how active you are on the account. So again, Instagram makes their money from advertisers, and the only way people advertise like us on these platforms is because there's users on there. So in order to keep the cash coming in, they want to make sure that the users have a good user experience. And Instagram is not stupid. They know that people use it for business and people are going to abuse the DM feature. So they limit it to how much you can send per day. Now, as I mentioned, there's going to be multiple factors as to how many messages you can send. But put it this way, the older your account is and the more active you are on it, the more messages that you can send per day. And I'll tell you right now, on my account, on my main account right here, which I've had for a while now, and I'm pretty active on it, I can send about maximum 60 to 70 DMs a day. So with that said, as you can see, you're going to need another account, at least 2. So we'll go ahead and go over that. All right. So if an Instagram account is 2 years old plus active, as I said here, 75 DMs a day, really it'll be around 70 a day. So that's like the ballpark. Again, yours might be different depending on how many years it's been, how old it is, and how active you are on it. And then for new accounts, what we've realized from my experience is that you can send minimum 10 a day for the first 14 days. This is what I would recommend. Send minimum 10 a day for the first 14 days. So every 14 days, you're sending minimum 10, maximum 10. And then what you're doing is you're gradually scaling by 15%. Okay. So after 14 days, you can start sending 15 and then 25, 20, and then 25, so on and so forth, until you get to the 75 mark. You guys don't want to abuse this because what happens is Instagram is actually going to, they might delete your account, if you're abusing the feature. You'll know like what is the max that you can send based on exactly how many messages it allows you to send. After a while, it'll say, you can't send any more messages today, right? So that's that. All right. So now, how do we overcome this challenge? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. So every account is different, and these numbers are from my personal experience. Yours might be more, it might be less, depending on the factors mentioned above. So how do we bypass this? All right, so we bypass this by doing 2 things, okay? The first is buying aged IG accounts. So believe it or not, there's a business out there where you can, people that actually sell Instagram accounts. So what you can do is you can go ahead, the easiest and the fastest way is buy an old account. All right, you buy an old account, and then you just basically repurpose that, upload your content on it, change the username to whatever you'd like, the password and all that. And then there you go. Now you have an aged account, and you can buy 3, 4, 5, whatever you'd like. Personally, we buy them in bulk. So if you want them from us, go ahead and give me a DM. But regardless, if you decide to buy them yourself, DM me on Instagram at MJpreneur, and I'm actually going to give you guys the plug of the best place to actually buy Instagram accounts for the cheapest. So yeah, if you want those accounts, go ahead and DM me on Instagram, and I'll share that with you. Now, the second option is to get or buy old accounts from family members or friends. So, you might have some friends and family that have an Instagram account from years ago and they don't use it. You can simply ask them like, hey, can I use your Instagram for a business I'm trying to run? So that could be another way. If they don't want to give it to you, you can ask to buy it from them. I know I have, family members and friends that have accounts that they don't use. And if I approach them and offered them some money or even asked them to give it to me, they would give it to me. So these are the two ways to combat that, all right? If your account is new or if you need more accounts in order to send 100 or 200, even 300 DMs a day, go ahead and buy accounts, right? Buy accounts, change the username, repurpose your content on there, and now you solve that problem, all right? So now instead of being limited to 50 or 75 messages at DMs a day, now you can send 200 across 3 or 4 different accounts, all right? So what to do to bypass this? So another thing you're going to need to do to bypass this is you're going to need a minimum 1,000 followers to make your profile look legit. So if you create a new account or buy an account that has less than 1,000 followers, you're going to need to buy followers. So this is not something, for Instagram's purpose. This is really for the purpose of the person you're reaching out to. You can imagine if you reach out to someone and, your account has 0 followers, they're automatically not going to trust you. Sorry to say, but that's just how things are. The perception is everything. So I would recommend that if you get an account that is new, if you create an account that is new or an old account that doesn't have a minimum 1,000 followers, just go ahead and buy 1,000 followers. That way you can make your account look legit. This is actually a perfect example. This is an account that it's actually an old account, but it didn't have no followers. And I went ahead and I bought 1,500 followers. As you can see, it went down to about 1,200. But this is a good example of that. I basically just, bought these followers just to make the profile look legit. And now it looks legit. I have the content on here. I have a good amount of followers. And that's really what you need to do here. All right. And again, if you want to know where to buy followers, DM me on Instagram, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the best place to actually buy followers for the cheapest bang for your buck. All right, so we went over that. Now I want to go ahead and show you example of outreach accounts. So I'll go ahead and show you 3 accounts that I personally outreach from for both of my businesses. So the first one is my main account. As you can see here, this is MJpreneur. I use this to actually send DMs to potential prospects, people like yourself watching this video who actually want us to build out their outreach infrastructure. Even though I'm providing you this video for free, and I'm going to show you exactly how to outreach to people and what to say, we do this for our clients. So if you don't want to go through the headache of doing all this, we can go ahead and do all of this for you. So that's what I use this for. I use this to, send DMs to people that want us to come into their business, build out their outreach, as well as build out their service delivery. All right. And then we have this account, which is the agency account. I actually use this account to outreach for the agency. So to outreach to e-com and information product clients and pitch them, my services. And over here, the type of content that I have is basically just a bunch of reels with real life screenshots, video screenshots of actual results that we've got our customers. So if we take a look here, see here, this just shows the last 19 days. It's a video showing the last 19 days, how we scaled this brand to over $1 million, 258% increase. So that's what I use this account for. And then this account right here, it's a mixture of both. I have, videos talking about UGC, but I also have, these results right here. So this is an example of 3 accounts. And again, guys, remember, we've recorded 4 videos already, and we are going to record 2 more videos on about everything that you need to know how to start and scale a short form content agency. So I recommend you check that out to show you how to actually optimize your profile and the type of content that you need to upload to make your profile look legit, so that when you're doing this 100 outreach a day, it is well worth your time, because people will land on your page and they will know that this is a legitimate person and it's someone worth actually responding to. So these are examples of outreach accounts, okay? Now we're going to go ahead and talk about, guys, we're going to talk about the actual outreach, okay? And keep in mind, this document right here, guys, is going to be linked down below in the description. So please do check this document out and feel free to use this however you would like. You can use these messages. I recommend you tweak them to fit whatever, it is that your type of wording or whatever the case may be. But again, I'm providing you all this so you guys can go ahead and use it. And again, it's not just for short form. This could be really for your agency as well. So before we go into that, guys, I just want to let you know, if you want us, again, to build your entire outreach infrastructure as well as your service delivery, schedule a call with me using this link, and we'll see if we're a good fit for each other. Again, guys, I'm giving you all this for free, hoping that eventually you make money. And then when you're really looking to scale, you come to us and we help you build out the 2 most important things, your outreach infrastructure as well as your service delivery. But regardless, whether you decide to schedule a call with us or not, I really want to provide you value in this video. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you exactly, the types of messages to send. All right. So over here, you have the type of message, and here you have the message to send. So when you first outreach to prospects, you can send something like this, right? And as we mentioned in the last video, I actually recommend that you offer something upfront as opposed to just pitching your service right away. So in this case, what we're doing is we're offering 5 high quality reels, right, that we'll edit for a potential prospect. And then if they say they are interested, well, first of all, we ask them. If they say they're interested, we edit it for them. And then that is like sort of like a lead magnet, if you will, to show them our services, to then get them to book a call to hopefully become a customer. So we talked about that actually, I think, in video number 3, how to build your offer. Nonetheless, the message should go something like, hey, name, if I was to offer you 5 high quality edited reels from your recent video that you published absolutely free, would you be open to getting on a call afterwards and discussing how we can do this for your content if you like our work? So, we're basically telling them you have nothing to lose. We're going to edit 5 videos for you. If you like it, are you willing to get on a call? If you don't, then it's completely fine. If they say yes, then you would go ahead and send them this message, right? So if they reply to the first message positively, you'll say, awesome. Do you have any video in particular that you would like me to use? If so, please send me a link as to the best email address. Please send me a link, meaning the link to the video, as well as the best email address to send you the final edits. Keep in mind, guys, I'm saying this from the perspective that you already seen someone have a YouTube video and you can edit that YouTube video, right? So if they don't have a YouTube video, for example, you wouldn't say your recent video because, they don't have a recent video. But nonetheless, this is what we're telling them here. If they reply, we tell them, awesome. Is there any particular video that you want me to use? And if not, if so, please send me that video as well as the best email to send you the final edits. Now, if they say no, normally, anyone who says they are not interested in whatever service I'm offering, I respectfully stop there. You might be different and want to handle this objection differently. If that's the case, what I would do is try to educate them as to why short form content is important and how they have nothing to lose if they allow you to edit these reels because it's completely free. So again, guys, I personally respect people when they say I'm not interested because again, I get pitched, about 5 to 10 times a day for different services. And I, decline majority of them. If I reply, I decline them. And I don't want people to bug me after I just told them no. So I personally wouldn't keep on pushing if someone says they're not interested. I'll just tell them, okay, thank you for your time. But if you insist on following up with them, the best way to follow up with them after they say no is to educate them as to why this is important that they do this short form content. So if I was to do this, what I would say is, okay, no worries. I respect your, I respect that. I respect your opinion. Can I then send you a video breaking down why short form content is important for your business and how it can generate you more clients or sales? Right? And then, you just send them the video. And hopefully this video that you crafted is showing them the importance of actually having short form content, how short form content is a way to funnel people into your business, to eventually, sell whatever product or service that you have. So that's what I would do if I was to follow up with them after they said no, is I wouldn't try to convince them directly. Rather, I would try to educate them as to why it's important. All right. So this is the message if they reply with an affirmative, if they reply saying either yes or saying no. Now let's talk about the messages to send if they don't reply. All right. So this is the first message that you send. All right. And now they didn't reply. So your first follow-up, this can be a day later, 2 days later. It doesn't really matter. But what you can say is, so this is a rule of thumb, is to follow up from the comments. Actually, this is important. I recommend you guys follow up from the comments or from the active stories, because if you just follow up in the DM, it'll still be in their request. But if you follow up from in their comments or on an active story, they're more likely to actually see your response, right? As opposed to the request column where they literally will not see it unless they go to the request, click on your message, and then read through. So I recommend that you do this in the comments, preferably in active stories, so they can actually see it. And you would reply something like this if it was in the DMs or story. Hey, name, just wanted to circle back and see if you had a chance to see my last message. If you're replying to them in the comment, you can say, hey, check your DMs. My DM might have got buried under requests. LOL. All right. That's something that you can follow up with. Okay. Now here's a second follow-up, assuming they still haven't replied to you. Hey, name, just wanted to bump this to your inbox to see if you had a chance to see my last message. Okay. So again, guys, this is still going to be in their stories or in their comments. Okay. So that's the second message. Now let's say the third message, you can say something around the lines, hey, don't mean to be nuanced. Did you have a chance to see my last message? Right. You can add an emoji right there. So again, this is the third message that we're sending them. And then the final message is, just make it something sarcastic. So this is what being ghosted feels like, doesn't it? Again, with an emoji. So if they still haven't replied here, I personally would just forget about it for the time being, maybe circle back, weeks or months later. But this is the type of messages that you would go ahead and send them if they don't reply. All right. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the messages that you send them if they're interested. So these are the types of messages you will send them once you get a positive message from the prospect regarding wanting the free reels and or scheduling a meeting. So let's say, someone is interested in the reels. Okay. So you can go ahead and say something like, so let's say now someone is actually interested in the 5 reels, okay? Now you can, reply to them something like, great, we will get working on these reels right away and should be finished in X amount of days. What would be the best email to send it to? So this message right here is very similar to this message if they reply, just kind of a different format, if you will. or if the conversation actually goes beyond 2, 3, 4, 5 messages. Because sometimes, people, you're not going to send them the first message. They're going to be interested and then say yes, and then that's it. Most of the time, they're going to go back and forth, like, how much does it cost, or what is this, or what is that? So assuming that you're going back and forth with them for a while, and then they are actually interested in taking the 5 reels to see your work, this could be a response that you can send them. Okay, telling them we'll start on it right away. It'll take X amount of days, 2, 3, 4, whatever, how many days. I recommend that you try to do it as fast as possible. But yeah, you'd say, what's the best email to send it to them? Now, here is what you say if they are actually interested in the meeting. So you sent them the reels, and they're like, okay, great, I like the work. Let's schedule a call, just to see how much it is and all these different things, right? Well, what you can tell them is something around the lines as, great, well, the next step would be to schedule a quick 15 to 20-minute call. We'll go over everything we have to offer and how we can implement all of this for you. Please choose a time from my calendar that works best for you. And then they click this link right here and go to your Calendly page where they can schedule a call. So this is the email, the message that you would send to them now that they are interested. Okay. And again, guys, this is the outreach. Okay. This is the DM script that I would personally use if I was sending this not only to short form, but also to agencies. Obviously, I would change it a bit depending on the niche that I'm going after. But nonetheless, you actually have the framework now. We also talked about how to actually bypass the limits that Instagram puts on you to 50 to 75 DMs a day, how to bypass that to be able to send 100, 200, even 300 a day. You can buy aged accounts, or you can get accounts from your family and friends. We talked about how you should have a minimum 1,000 followers. I went ahead and I showed you a few examples. So hope this video was valuable, guys. Again, if you guys don't want to have to go through all this, the messaging, the DMs, the hiring, all that, we have something that is unlike anything else out there, which, as I said, will build out your entire infrastructure. Everything that I'm teaching you here is literally what we would do for you, right? So if you don't want us to do it for you, you can do it yourself. But if you want to save yourself the headache and just focus on sales calls and SOPs, click this link right here. You'll be able to schedule a call with me personally. I'll walk you through our outreach infrastructure as well as our service delivery. And if you are a good fit, great. If you're not, I'll go ahead and point you to the best resources available. With that being said, guys, thanks again for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe so you can check the next video, and I will see you soon.